Susanna, Imagination, the Healing Garden. The funny thing about the subconscious mind is when you get emotional about something, it's because you believe it. Rome did not make sense to me. I couldn't stop thinking about it. It really bothered me. I knew that they rebranded the Roman Empire with a marketing campaign, strategically laid out, purposely embedded, on purpose, with the misnomer of narcissism. It was intriguing to me. In fact, it was so beautifully done that the intricacy of what they pulled off blew my mind away. And I said, now who has the ability to pull that off? And there's only one answer. You need dimensional philosophy. And there's only one place you can get that. Alexandria, which is where Alexander the Great graduated from. Well, he didn't graduate. And I'm looking at all of it and I'm pulling back from it. And what I couldn't figure out is the why. That's the one thing I could not figure out. Why would they do this? I cannot tell you how many hours I have spent analyzing Rome, trying to figure out why would they do this. It was very clear that they did do it. It's amazingly got Roman fingerprints all over it. Once you study the psychology of the Roman Empire, and then you study the psychology of Christianity, and then you study the psychology of today's man, they're identical. We are the Roman mind. This is Rome. This is the Roman mind. How did they get that way? And why did they do it? Because I know the psychology of Greece before Rome got its hands on it. They created it themselves. They created themselves. They destroyed the university. And when that happened, they didn't just destroy the university, they destroyed the entire city. Alexandria was literally the beacon of education. We actually don't have one today, which is the problem. Authenticity City is going to be it. The thinking capital of the world, the ancient world, was Alexandria. The thinking capital. Now, the thinking capital. History's just for me. The thinking capital of the world was Alexandria. So when they wanted to basically pull off the shit that they pulled off, they needed to make sure that no one could figure out what they did. So it was imperative that literally this topic never saw the light of day. They wiped it out on purpose. That's why they destroyed the library. After about 300 years, society was in shambles. This toxic mindset, third perspective, was all over the place because they disrupted the dimension. They disrupted the dimension because someone, Alexander the Great, managed to get access to the university without embedding all of the ethics. And I could not figure out why the Council of Nicaea would do what they did? Why did they want to rise to power? You see, because they lacked dimension, they couldn't create their own worlds. So they found a way to apply the same material best as they could into the actual world. There it is. Christianity is an invasive perspective. That's what it is. There it is. Wow. Rome used Christianity to hijack this dimension because they did not have access to the information to actually create and to create. I see. I see. I see. No, they're not going to have access to the power that I have, but they can still do damage. Message clearly received. Understood. Understood. Oh, yes. Yep, message received. They can still do damage with this information. I would teach them a lesson. What you really want in the end is not control. You want authority. Control is a consequential emotion. It's not something that can be forced. The only way to access this power is you have to become the authority. You have to become authentic. You have to become the author. If you do not, then it is imperative that you understand that what you will get is not access to the actual power. You will instead create an invasive dimension. I want to say that an invasive dimension is a black hole. So, we're going to get rid of the invasive dimension. And I know exactly how to do it. Wow. Absolutely wow. Deep breath in. I've been trying to figure that out for a very long time. This is what the first few days of a perspective shift looks and feels like. It is you literally being able to look at past perspectives and new perspectives all at the same time. Suddenly, the holes that were missing fill in and they make sense, and that creates a path for the next one. Same thing behind you. It makes so much sense now. I was seeing past and future for so long, and now I understand why. It's because as you gain understanding, you see where it all clicks into place, and then it expands out. Once you understand the 12, 12, 12 of infinity pattern, you can see it everywhere, constantly. Some of us really struggle being in one dimension. I don't know why. I cannot be in one dimension, ever. I don't know why. Some people are really, really just bad at being ones. I think it's a spectrum again, where you have the adventurer, you have the recluse, and you have. We are emotions. Wow, I'm positive. That's my emotion. And if you're negative, that's your emotion. And then there's neutral. That's why we have positive, negative charge, because we are sentient molecules. And we had an invasive perspective inside of us. It literally embedded a prejudice into us on purpose because they knew we were oneists. They discovered we were oneists, but they still lacked dimension. In order to get dimension, you have to learn 12 ethics. The 12 ethics will literally, and you have to integrate those ethics, open up the dimensions. I did that on purpose. It's to guarantee that no one can ever gain access to this with ill intent. If you have ill intent, denied. This power is not used lightly. And when you do decide to get your hands on it, you end up creating an invasive dimension. When you create the invasive dimension, it literally unfolds a mass amount of misery and suffering and misalignment. Here's the kicker. The kicker What is it, Liz? I lost track. She mommed me. And I'm like, ah, crap. Now I'm in mom mode. Damn it. I have no idea what I was going to say because I heard mom and my mom radar just went off. And I'm like, yes. And there goes my thought. Let's try this one more time. Oh, I cannot remember it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Oh, right. Trying to use this without having the ethics integrated. It creates an invasive dimension. Everyone's misaligned. The first thing that people usually do in those cases, and they go after control. That's the problem. After control, that's when you get scarcity. So it goes control to scarcity because you have an imbalance, to abuse. And it keeps going back to control. Fear. Fear. Fear is the oxymoron and the contradiction and the panic that whatever negative you think up could manifest into a very decisive reality. So, how do you control your fear? Certainty. The only cure for fear is the certainty of love. You. I is to love you. I really need to love you. I need to love you. By showing you forward giving and certainty. Because I am also the relative. Relative is certainty is past. The past defines the now, the I. So that I can create imagination and a future. But I have to be certain. Doubt is destroying us. Self-doubt is the problem. Self-doubt is the biggest problem of all. Not fear, self-doubt. Self-doubt causes fear. Psychology had it wrong. The root of all emotions is not fear. Fear is not the first emotion. Self-doubt is the first emotion. To eliminate fear, you must eliminate self-doubt. Fear spawns from self-doubt. And we've been treating the fear. Don't treat the fear. Treat the self-doubt. It begins with self-love. I love you. This is getting really, because it's self-love, people. It's all self-love. And we are one and all and many, and 1 times 12 times infinity. This is really, I get it now. I love you. Wow. And prejudice is gone. Oh my God. Wow. And prejudice is gone. You must love all the parts of you. No. I must love all the parts of I. I'm recording this. I met with a neuroscientist 2 weeks ago, and Maury said to me, when you do the subliminal messaging, Anna, make sure you write the words you are, not I am. I said, that's interesting. Why? And he said, because people respond better when they hear you are, not with I am. He said, positive affirmations, there's absolutely no scientific evidence that backs up any positive affirmations except the phrase, you are. And I thought that was strange, real strange. I went, why would we be speaking about ourselves in the third person? That's what my brain did. Why are we talking about ourselves in the third person? You know, my mother did that. That was actually one of my very earliest of psychological studies, was why did my mother refer to herself in the third person? Interesting. So I started to study it. That's how I got here. I wanted to know why my mother spoke of herself in the third person. It's not the first time I've heard it. People will abandon the I quite often. I do little things where I listen for things in our speech where we eliminate the I. You are. That's the top one. You know what you should do? That's another one. Narcissists are littered with the you word. Every time you find the word I in our vocabulary, there's almost invariably a reverse and more friendly comment or more commonly thing to say that starts with the word you. I'm getting really tired and I'm starting to collapse and shut down, but it's not stopping. You are. He told me to write all of my positive affirmations so that they begin with you are. So I'm going to do two. I'm going to do you are, and I'm going to do I am. I really think we need to be saying I am. But you have to be certain to pull that one off. Wow. Absolutely fascinating. Absolutely interesting, isn't it? I need to love you. Forward giving. And then we need to play. Then we need to play. Wait. Oh my God, I'm a fucking genius. I designed triadic healing on purpose to do one thing. You see, I did not want to take vengeance out on anyone who ever did me wrong. No, my vengeance was a little different. When I decided to avenge all of my abusers, I said, ha, I'll show you. I'm going to educate them. And I did. I created triadic healing on purpose to educate all victims so they know how to spot an abuser, so they know when they're being abused. Anyone, everyone who studies triadic healing will learn one of two things. They'll learn that they have no victims, or they will be in a position where they will never again be a victim. Because I include abuse-proof you in triadic healing that teaches you how to never again be abused. So if a bunch of narcissists were to get into the school and try to do the same things that the Council of Nicaea did, it wouldn't work, because you can't gain access to that without also gaining access to the cure of abuse. An abuser needs two things: a victim and your cooperation. I teach you how to give him neither, them neither. Wow. All right then. I'm going to take a nap now, I think. I need to rest. Are you in my network? Take a look at Authenticity City below and check to see if you are in my network. I'm looking for you. If you are a light worker, I teach you this shit. And then we're going to wow. I can see it all. It's amazing. All right. I will say no more. Thank you so much, and may the kindest of words always find you.